What did the season 6.5 balance changes actually mean? For Vanguards, Thor had his power shift away from the bubble and moved into hammer throw. For Thor mains, this is amazing and it finally gives value to his throw outside of animation cancels. But for the rest of us, this could be scary. Personally, I feel like Thor is slowly power creeping with all these micro buffs and is going to be a demon in ranked. Rogue had some minor buffs, but she wasn't really bad before, just a little bit more damage and uptime now. Doctor Strange got a small nerf, but I feel like this was a complete miss. He wasn't really a top tank, unlike Angela and Groot, who were not touched in this patch. Venom gains more survivability, which I personally like, but in general, rarely do you use your ultimate for survival, so it doesn't really impact his playstyle. For Strategist, Adam now has movement and can fly. All memes aside, this doesn't change his glaring weakness as a duo support, but he'll definitely be better in triple support comps. This change gives him a little bit more survivability, but overall it helps him set up for better ultimates. We will have to see how this plays out in game before any other opinions. Ultron got a minor buff, doesn't really change anything. Invis got a slap on the wrist for her force. In my opinion, we need support ultimate nerfs, not neutral ability nerfs. So bad direction on that one. Actually, same for the next one with Loki getting a reduction in ammo. Nerf ultimates, not neutral. Doesn't really change much, but it does punish people who spam on him too often. In Duelist, DPS pool got more tanky in his gun ult, which is kind of a pointless buff. Currently, tank pool just does everything better than Duelist pool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but tank pool's gun actually does more damage than Duelist pool's gun. And then on top of that, tank pool gets an E that increases fire rate. Moon Knight got a minor nerf to his survivability. This doesn't really change anything, and he's still an amazing pick in combo with Groot's ultimate, especially with Groot not getting any nerfs. Phoenix had her base health nerfed. This is actually pretty significant, and it makes her a lot easier of a dive target. Star-Lord got a buff to his ultimate, which as a Star-Lord main, if you haven't caught my drift, I hate ultimates in this game. I don't want more of them, but overall the buff is pretty insane and could push him into meta territory. Psylocke got a meaningless power shift. Over the last few seasons, they made her an ult bot, and in this patch, they nerf her ultimate, but then increase her damage range in a way. She's a shotgun hero. She doesn't need damage range. All in all, it was just nerfing the ultimate and then giving a useless buff. Squirrel Girl's nut goes faster. Well, the stun one. Doesn't really change anything. She still sucks outside of breaking spawn holds. Punisher got a decent ult buff. Honestly, same situation as Star-Lord. Makes him really solid, not meta, but we need to stop buffing ultimates. Stop it! And there's another one! Wolverine also got his ult buffed, but this one was more significant than the Star-Lord or Punisher, making him one of the fastest Duelist ultimates, but I don't think that's the right direction. And finally, Storm got a rework. She gains more survivability in her speed form, and her allies maintain speed boost out of it for a given period of time. And then in the damage form, she gains more uptime on her abilities, but her teammates get a little bit less damage boost. I think they nailed the Storm changes perfectly. They didn't buff her ultimate, but they gave more versatility to her neutral play instead of just sitting on damage, and then they attach it to a skill shot.